Hi, this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking again. So this is number 3 of the Hope and Kindness scrapbooking layouts and the special promotional paper that's good until June 30th of 2022. So here we go with, this is also a framed layout. So the 1-inch frame in Daisy is empty on the inside and is filled with uh, 2 other pieces of cardstock. So if you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe and I'll show you how I put this together. Okay, so here is my package, my page protector with number 3 on it. And here are hopefully all of the pieces are close to it. And the beautiful there is a thin cut from the stamp set, the exclusive stamp set. There's the instructions. So this is from the exclusive stamp set for Hope and Kindness, and you get stamps and thin cuts with it. So a super nice title for this lovely set of pages. And so here we go. I'll have to show you, I'll have to pull out a piece of cardstock at some point and show you how to make the frame. It's really very, very easy. You just put your 12 by 12 paper in your, I use a Fiskars cutting implement, and I just measure from 1 inch and 11 inches and cut from there to there, from point A to point B, and then just rotate the paper and go around. But I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy. So I'm going ahead and putting the Tombow on the very edge of the paper so that just a little bit of the darker cardstock shows around. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch. I don't even know that it's 1/4 of an inch. So, and then I'm going to go and add some more Tombow around the very edge of the frame to add that centerpiece. I think what they were trying to do is save paper, kind of maximize the use of the paper by not having essentially 3 layers of cardstock there. And it's fussy, it's being fussy here. So try again. That's the only thing, is then when you're dealing with an inch frame, it's not very sturdy. And I'm awkward. That's just what it comes down to. I'm awkward. Probably other people have less of a problem with it than I do. So I don't know what I thought that this was going to do, to tell you the truth, because it's really kind of in the wrong place. It needed to be on the outer edge of the paper, but you know, what can you say? Oi, that's what you can say. Oh yes, every day is an amusement. So I do like that Daisy cardstock though. That's just like super, super cute, super sweet. There we go. Now she's doing better. Almost. Okay, so now I've got Tombow in every kind of place that it doesn't need to be. So don't know what to tell you there. But I've got a handy dandy tool. I've got this thing that looks like an eraser, but man, it pulls off the adhesive like nobody's business. It's really cool, and it does it very quickly and very easily. So this is sort of a must-have funky little tool for all your boo-boos. I have a lot of tools for boo-boos. So this is definitely, I mean, it's not expensive. It's in my, it would be under crafting supplies. I mean, paper supplies, I believe. See, and it's sort of like pulling boogers off of the eraser. The glue, it's like glue boogers. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. Okay. So in the meantime, back to the paper. So we've got this sweet little sage background daisy paper, little tiny flowers. And that is going to go towards the bottom end. I wish I'd show the picture so you could see. I wouldn't run out of Tombow if I didn't put it in all the wrong places. This is my dots Tombow. I'm kind of experimenting with different kinds of Tombows. They kind of changed Tombows on me, and so I'm just kind of, I like the dots. I like they had one that was new, but then they immediately stopped it, discontinued it, and it was like, man, I really liked that Tombow. Anyway, so far I like the dots, and the next one I'm trying is the air. And we'll see how that works. So this is a zip strip that is going along kind of on a slight diagonal there. And then the little strip of journaling is going to go along that bottom edge. Someplace in here I kind of messed up. There was supposed to be another strip of that harbor, and I didn't understand how to do it. So mine is looking a little bit different from the original instructions. So what I'm using here, they have dots all along the edge of the white daisy on both pages. And so I'm using my Le Pen that's like the coral color. And it's actually the perfect color to go with that coral zip strip. And so I'm kind of, I tell you what, making dashes is easier than making dots. Don't ask me why. I guess I could have made dashes. But anyway, so they just wanted a little bit more detail on the very edge of this paper. And there's a lot of detail in these pages. I will gladly admit that these have a lot of detail on them. So this little peach half doily is supposed to get some color distressing, but the tri-blend marker isn't going to cut it. So I'm going to have to go find my Desert Rose ink to distress that edge. So I'm using the, this is the peach cardstock. That was their special cardstock with this paper. And that is the kind of whitewashed, or I mean watercolored side. And then the side I'm showing is the darker side, and it looks textured. But when you feel it, it's not textured, but it looks it. So it kind of looks like a basket weave almost. But it's very pretty. It's very pretty. I think these cardstocks are really beautiful. So I cut out some pieces, and then these are, I think they were also cut out. Maybe from some cards or whatever that were with the paper pack. So a little dotted heart from the die cuts is going up there. I'm just kind of doing a dry run on these. So I've got those open leaves, and the white cardstock kind of goes underneath those bouquets. And I was thinking maybe it was for a 5x7, but it's not. It's for 2 vertical 4x6s. So we're going to have one there and one there. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere down the white cardstock with an edge of that peach showing. Yeah, what to do. Okay, so I needed another piece of that strip, and that strip is off of one of the pages, has just different widths but 12 inches long. So I do like that kind of plaid. And so I went and I had to cut another strip of it. Fortunately, I had some more paper left. I may have used one in the wrong place. That's okay. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put these 4x6s with a bit of a tad of a white edge, excuse me, showing around. And the zip strip is going right on top of that white edged cardstock. And then I'm gonna put, aren't they beautiful? See, those are cut out because there's the background and texture pine color paper. And I think that might be a new color because they're calling it pine, like pine cardstock. And we don't have a pine, I don't believe. So I think this is going to be maybe a new color that's getting previewed for the new year coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the little foam dots on around the edge so that the picture can go up underneath it, of course. So I wouldn't have to worry about that if I had pictures right off the bat to put on here, but I don't. So there we go. So pretty, right? The close-up of those flowers. And then we've got, I love these open things. And I'm just scooching them underneath. See, they don't really stick out because the color is coming through them. Love that. And then the heart is going to get tucked in there. So that's super cool. And this dotted heart it was already dotted, so I didn't have to pull out my white gel pen and do it. There's a little corner up there where everything is dotted. So just tuck that little heart right in there. Pretty. It's kind of camouflaged, but still you can see it. Once again, my liquid glass gets clogged up. It's because I leave the top off of it and don't shake it down to get the glue out of the nozzle, and then it clogs up on me. And I do that consistently. You really need to have a pin around that you can put in your top of your glue so that it doesn't clog up. So the title is also going to get popped up. Just a little bit. These are real thin foam dots. And I'm not putting them all over the place because I want to be able to kind of overlap it but still have the picture go under without getting caught. So they're just along the bottom. And there we go. Wonderful, right? I like it. So, desert rose, that's what I needed to get. So what I'm going to do is find my little sponge. Nasty little sponge. It's been well used. I could probably throw it out. So I'm just doing a little bit of the edge. Just a little bit of distressing. So the 1/2 circle is going up along the edge of the zip strip. And then the little heart's going to go right there. And of course I'm using the coral color once again. You don't have to rub it on like I did. You can also dot it on, and with less of a tendency for the little figure to move around. See, now I've got glue all stuck to the bottom of it because I put it in the wrong place. That I have to fix at some point. Have to take it off when it's dried up, then I'll take it off the back with my magic eraser. Okay, so here we do it all over again, because once was not enough. Okay, so I'm going to put it around the edge with just a little bit of the green showing through. Once again, say these pages for the most part are very consistent, left and right. And there we go. Let's see if I can figure it out. See, I figured it out. She can learn. It's amazing. Now it's in the right spot by going on the outside instead of the inside edge. I don't know what I was thinking. Still hard to put it on there, though. It would help if I tacked the frame in place down on top of my black mat. Then it wouldn't pull up. But see, that one went down much better. Much, much better. So you can learn from this that the first one you do, you may be a little awkward. The second one, you've got it. You totally have it. So I'm going to go ahead and, for some reason, that coral piece, peach piece, whatever you want to call it, is too short for that white that's supposed to go from one end to the other. And so I am going to add another piece, and I'll show you to make it longer. So I'm doing that, and then I'm pulling another piece over here, and I'm just kind of snugging it up to it so it goes right out to the edge. So the thing that's good about this is there's going to be something, you know, what can you say? There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it around so that that seam is over on the right-hand edge, because there's going to be a piece going right on top of that. So you're not going to see the seam. So it goes from one end to the other, but you're not going to see the seam. So there we go. And we've got this happy, and we're putting a little sage behind it. Just going to catch it on the edges there. So I like these kind of open letter things. And then the sage goes right on top of the letters. And then magically the seam goes away. Ta-da, all better. And then I'm going to take a little tiny piece of that wonderful zip strip and just kind of tuck it into the banner end. So cute, right? Okay, so I've got the distressing on this piece, and that is going to, so now here's another little frame that's part of the die cuts. And so how cute is this little guy? I mean, he's just really adorable. So I love that little plaid, and see, that plaid is the same plaid as the coral piece. So very coordinated, and you know what? I did not realize that until this minute. I mean, I didn't, all the time I was handling it, I didn't realize that was the same plaid until right now. So very cool. So these are all like 3 by 4 inch pieces. And so that little piece of white cardstock with the little things going around it, that's a little tiny stamp that's in the stamp set. And then you stamp those in the corners and then in the middle of the long pieces, long edges, and then you connect them with your journaling pen and give a little color with the coral pen, blending, tri-blend marker. So that worked out real good. So I'm going to leave these. They were cut from one of the papers that had 4x6 and 3x4 cards on it, like Picture My Life cards that you cut out. And so they're 3x4. And so, you know, I'll have to trim down some pictures so they're a little bit less than 3x4 to go on those backgrounds. And this one gets a little extended peach, and the one at the bottom, catty corner, gets another little extended peach. And see how that vine is the flip side to the little tiny daisy. And that was also a card, kind of a cutout card. And what I'm going to do with this, first I'm going to put that down. It kind of overlaps. And then I'm going to put that guy right on top of him, three-dimensionally. So there we go. I'm just getting absorbed in watching what I'm doing and not talking. I'm back. Okay, so we've got our little foam pieces all around, and I'm just going to line it up so that it's over the other piece that's the same. So it just kind of hides what's underneath there. And then we've got some die cut leaves that go underneath there. And we're coming along. We're finishing towards the end. And this is another kind of heart. This is, I don't even know what to call this, like a slatted heart maybe. It's got open slats going over it. It's very cool. Like I said, all these different kind of hearts are in that little bag. You just never know what you're going to pull out. So these are very cool. And we add just a little bit of glass around it, and one of the slats didn't pop out. There we go. It's going to go right there. So just let me tell you that a little technical. This I bumped up to 160%. It was taking 38 minutes or so. So I bumped it up to 160% to watch it, so it's not quite so long. And if you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe. Consider subscribing. And if you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment and tell me what you think of these papers. Do you like these papers? Or are they too retro? Let me know. I'd be curious to hear what everybody thinks about them. So here we go. I'm going to put the little half doily there, and then this little bitty frame is going to go kind of on top of it. So I love that. There's so many different details. You can learn so much by doing things that have so many different types of ways of embellishing. That, you know, these are things that you can learn for, you know, upcoming pages. So look how pretty that is. And we've got a little sticker. I think it says love on it. It's getting tucked in the flowers. And then I'm going to color my open heart that I just put there. I think we're close to being done. And this one goes, this is also going to get a little pop-up dot, and it's going to go to the top, over to the side, so you can stick a picture underneath it. So you've got the little flowers from the zip strips that are peeking out here and there. Oh, and then we add the dots. Can't miss out on the dots. Like I said, they're harder to do than the dash lines, the fake stitch lines. So once again, it's done with the Le Pen, the coral Le Pen that we carry. We have a number of colors. We don't have all the colors of the Le Pens, but boy, do I love those things. And you can use these as journaling pens too. I mean, you can use our journaling pens, but you can also use the Le Pens because it's a super fine point. So you can journal very easily with it, with a very neat, fine point, which is, I love that. So I really like those Le Pens. I'm glad we carry those. And I'm glad we carry them in all different colors so that you can coordinate with all the different papers and colors. You know, we have 40 plus colors that we use every year. And it's nice to have the different color Le Pens so you can coordinate your colors. You don't always have to make dash lines black, for instance. You can make them different colors, like we use the coral dots for this one. So here we are, right at the end. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know. And I would definitely love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe. And we use Desert Rose and the Tri-Blend Marker Coral and the Le Pen Coral. So thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.